Healthcare Caucus for inviting us. And I appreciate so much your work, both of you, on this particular issue, simply because there's a need for physicians and us to get the perspective of physicians on this very critical issue. And if the administration is saying they're going to get it passed, they're going to claim victory for anything they do get passed. So it's up to us to really look into this and figure out how we can get the best bill possible. So as I said, I'm speaking here on behalf of Let Freedom Ring. We are a constitutional government and a traditional values organization who a few weeks ago came up with an idea, very simple, straightforward idea, to come up with a little pledge that we are sending to every member of Congress, both Senate side and the House side, and it's very simple. All it says is, I, the undersigned, pledge to my constituents and to the American people that I will not vote to enact any health care reform package that, 1, I have not read personally in entirety, and number 2, has not been available in its entirety to the American people on the internet for at least 72 hours so that they can read it too. Very, very simple. Well, what we thought was very simple. We got some reporters interested in what we were doing. We had one reporter from CNS News go up to Majority Leader Steny Hoyer and ask him what his thoughts were on this pledge, and his response was to first laugh, and then asked about this idea. His response was laughter. He said, I'm laughing because I don't know how long this bill is going to be, but it's going to be a very long bill. He also said, if every member pledged not to vote for it, if they hadn't read it in its entirety, I think we would have very few votes. Well, maybe there's an idea there. Maybe fewer votes, maybe smaller bills, something like that. But, you know, when he's confronted with this very simple, what the American people think members of Congress are doing, reading bills, actually studying what they're voting on before they actually vote on it, it seems to be common sense. But when he's confronted with it, wanting members to do their jobs, his response was to laugh. Likewise, Speaker Nancy Pelosi was asked about it by Congressional Quarterly, and she responded in a sort of a negative term, but she said she'd have to look into it beforehand. And I want to just read to you a part of a letter that Colin Hanna, the president of Let Freedom Ring, has written to the Speaker on this subject. Earlier today, I came across a Congressional Quarterly transcript of your remarks at a press conference this morning concerning a pledge that Minority Leader John Boehner had signed regarding reading the health care reform legislation prior to voting on it. As the head of the group that sponsored the pledge, I fully understand how easy it is for a fax to get lost in the veritable daily blizzard you must receive. But the text of the pledge is quite simple, as I said before. We at Let Freedom Ring do not see this issue as inherently partisan. It relates to the very nature of our legislative system and is thus an American issue or a constitutional issue. It also was narrowly drawn for a purpose. We want to be realistically acceptable to all members who think that they owe their constituents an extra measure of due diligence on bills of overwhelming national importance and scope. That's why it does not refer to all bills, although some of the extensive news coverage that we have received implies that it does. Obviously, the stimulus bill, the cap and trade bill, we know what happened there. We want honesty, we want transparency, we want the American people to be able to see this bill in its entirety before it's voted on. As we said, Minority Leader Boehner has been great. He has signed the pledge, and he has encouraged other members to do so. Also, Eric Cantor, Minority Whip, was asked about it yesterday on Fox News Sunday. He said he'd be happy to sign the pledge. If your members have not seen the pledge or you haven't seen it, please come up to me afterwards. We can get you in touch with everybody at Let Freedom Ring. We are calling and faxing members right now to get their pledge. We will announce it next Monday on the 20th, every member who has signed the pledge to this point. So thank you, and